Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be another one side of my face versus the other side of my face. I think these are a lot of fun and I've been wanting to do this particular one for a while and I just haven't done it. And as you can see from the title, this is going to be a real life side versus the trend side. And I want to say a little disclaimer. This is not me saying that one side's better than the other. I'm just wanting to put a little input on how some of these trends, whether it be some YouTube creators or celebrities out there that are doing a strong contour or just really heavy base foundation. And that's not always a real life situation. You know, if you're someone out in the world every day, that much makeup, unless you're doing something for a living that requires that heavy amount of makeup, whether you're a performer or, even celebrities, they're wearing that kind of makeup because they're in front of cameras or in front of lights, that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, makeup is really going to be subjective. It's just a way to show creativity. You can do whatever you want. If you want to wear black lipstick, if you want to wear purple all over the eyes every day, I mean, you go for it. This is your face, your body. So without further ado, and all this blabbering on, if you want to see me create a real life side versus the trendy side, then keep on watching. Thing, I need to clip this little swoop here back just so it's not flopping in my face the whole time. And after I do that, the most important part, whether you're wearing a tiny bit of makeup or you're wearing 12 pounds of it, is make sure you do your skincare routine, do your cleansing, toning, serums, whatever, moisturizer, and SPF, that kind of thing. And I also slapped on a lip balm, so my skin is prepped and I'm ready to go. I don't always use a primer for my everyday side, depending on the foundation I'm using. The foundation we're going to use today, and I'm hoping I can squeeze some out of this because I'm at the end, is my favorite, probably all-time favorite foundation ever, is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. This is just the best for my skin. It always looks good whether I'm doing a heavier coverage or I'm doing a very simple everyday kind of thing. It is my favorite, and I don't actually use a primer when I'm using this foundation for my everyday makeup, real life makeup. But I am going to prime the heavier side today. And I'm actually using a new one. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Glow Lock. This is a new primer that just released. I'm going to do a little review on some of the products that you'll probably see me use today, but I don't actually have thoughts on them just yet. But this is the illuminating one. They do have a matte one that they came out with. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to do my right side of the face for real life and my left side for the trend side. And I'm trying to keep the real life simple. Not every person is going to want 12 steps in their makeup routine. I'm not doing an everyday kind of no makeup. I'm doing a real life situation where I am not a makeup artist. I'm not a YouTube creator. I'm just someone sitting down putting on my makeup because I got to go maybe to, a little function, that kind of thing, or I need to go to the grocery store, whatever that may be. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and use a base primer for my eyes. And I would do this whether it's real life or trendy side. And I'm using the MAC paint pot, and I use the tiniest amount. I am going to go ahead and set that paint pot. I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to go ahead and just set that on both eyes, just so we're ready for eyeshadow. For an eyeshadow palette today, I'm going to grab my Pure Soiree Diaries one. I like this because it has some everyday, real life, variety in there, but also you can really amp this up and make a very dramatic, trendy look. I'm going to go ahead and use Mogul, which is the lightest shade that kind of just matches my skin tone. There's more of a pinky one, but this one has more of a yellow base that I think matches my skin tone better. So I'm just kind of putting that all over to really ensure that our eyeshadow will be blended nicely. Next, I'm going in with Gala. This is going to be our transition shade, and I'm going to do this on both sides, but I'm going to go a little heavier on my trendy side. So even in real life, I would tell my clients when I'm showing them basic makeup to do this because I think it does really transform the eye. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you do this step, whether it's a no makeup look or the heaviest makeup you've ever done on yourself, it's still an important step. But I'm being a little more precise on the trendy side. Slowly windshield wiper motions, go back and forth and just build that up. My everyday side, I'm not being as precise. I'm just kind of going back and forth just to create a little bit of color there. I am going to now go in with the shade Splurge, and I'm just going to, on the real life side, wiggle that into the outer corner up into the crease. But I just want to add a little bit of darkness on the trendier side. And I'm going to focus most of this same spot, but I'm being a little bit more precise. Now I'm going to go in with Stunner, next one over, and I'm going to go right over top and start to warm up the crease and outer corner just a touch. For my real life side, I'm just getting a little bit of that color, and I'm lightly fluffing it into the crease and the outer corner just to blend what we already have there together. Now with a smaller brush, I'm going to go in with Snazzy, and I'm going on the trend side, and I'm just going to tap that. I will do the same thing on the everyday side, but I'm just going to put the tiniest amount. Something that's very trendy is to go ahead and cut the crease using the concealer. I'm just going to grab the Kat Von D Locket. I'm just putting a couple little dots right here in the inner corner. A flat detailer kind of brush. I'm going to go ahead and blend that and just, oh no, I got a little bit up here. But I'm going to cut the crease with that concealer in with my little detail brush and just blend those edges together. Let's go in with Glitzy. And I'm going to pack that on the center and all the way to the inner corner. I'm also going to go ahead and grab my Butter London. These are the Glazen eye glosses, and I'm going to use the shade Frosted. For my real life side, I am just going to put a little bit on the center and inner corner. Like I said, the real life side isn't me just doing a no makeup look. It's I have to go somewhere, maybe to a little holiday party or something. These little pots are so easy to use. I'm going to go on the trendier side and focus that mostly on the inner corner. I'm going to go ahead and do a thin little black liner on my trendy side. Grab my brush while it's still a little wet. I'm using this brush to create the wing liner. For my real life side, I am just going to tight line. And then I just went ahead and just put a couple little dots on the lash line. Instead of a wing, I'll do like a little kitten flick. So I'm just going to go ahead and flick in just so I kind of get the same effect like the Voluminous Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. I have a fresh new tube that I haven't opened yet, but this one's still working. Even though the everyday person might not use two different mascaras, I am still going to use 2 coats of mascara. I'm just going to use a different one for my second coat. I'm using the Maybelline Lash Sensational. This an everyday kind of thing for me. I will want maybe bigger lashes, but I'll just use a different one. So the Maybelline Lash Sensational just adds an extra bit of volume. I'm going to go ahead, pop on some false lashes. I'm using the Ardell 251. I'm just going to grab the left side and apply. These are pretty dramatic, and that's definitely a trend I see. So I'm going to use these, and I'll be right back. I have applied the false lashes. These are very dramatic, but these are definitely things that I see as a trend are big false lashes. I don't generally do this unless I'm filming something for you guys, but these are pretty intense and they're actually surprisingly comfortable. It just feels like I have something weighing down my lid. But let's go ahead and move on to the face. I'm gonna go ahead and use my L'Oreal Pro Glow like I said. Now for my real life side, I'm using a brush to really blend over the skin. You'll still see some redness and things poking through, but that's okay. All right, So now let's go ahead and go to the trendy side, and I'm going to use my sponge for this. You can use a brush. Some people use a dense brush to pack it on. I'm going to use my damp Aesthetica brush, and I'm going to really build this up. You know, I really do like this side as well. I mean, it's my favorite foundation. Of course, I like it. I am going to add just a touch more. Okay, now we're pretty fuller coverage. I just have a couple, like a little blemish here that I want to cover. But we're going to start with concealer on the real life side. I'm using the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye, and you need the tiniest little bit amount. And I like to blend this out with a very dense brush. And I kind of really work it into the skin in the inner corner. If you take the time and blend it into your skin, it won't crease. And that was the problem I was having. I use this all over the face too if I feel like there's some areas that I want some more coverage, where I'm a little red or I have like a vein or something like that. It's basically all I do. And if you need a color reference, I am using medium. This is a little sample that I've had forever, and I'm telling you, you don't even need the full size. It'll expire before you get through it. Okay, now for our trend side. We're keeping it very trendy. I'm getting Tarte Shape Tape, and we're really going to town with this. And I have done this in the past in my videos. I just know that it's for a video and it doesn't always look good on me towards the end of the day. You don't need a lot of this product. I see so many people using Tarte Shape Tape way too much. I'm going to go with my small little Aesthetica sponge. I'm going to blend this out. All right, now we have our concealer done. With the Laura Mercier powder, I'm going to take a fluffy brush, same brush we used on the eyes, kick off the excess or take off the excess off our hand. And for our real life side, I'm just going to take it right here in the inner corner. I don't even generally do this on myself when it's every day because I have dry under eyes, but I just don't want to crease right here. And then whatever's left, I just pat. And I'm just patting on the side of the nose. I'm just going to take a little bit of that powder again, brush off the excess, and I'm just going to kind of tap. Go ahead and bake. This is something I never do. So I'm going to maybe stretch my face here so I don't get into those fine lines. Look up. So I just baked, and I didn't actually even bake. I've just kind of pressed a lot of the powder in. My skin just eats up this powder, but I'm doing this all over the face. So there we have so far, both sides. Now let's go ahead, you know what, let's do some brows because I can't stand looking at myself right now. I'm going to use the same products, but we're just going to do something a little different. I'm going to really carve out one and keep more of a natural brow for the other side. So that's pretty much a nice natural brow. And then I will go in with some L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper Say and just kind of comb through. For the trendy side, we're going to go in and really sharpen this sucker up. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to use a tinted brow tint from Ulta Beauty. And then I'm also going to get some of that Tarte Shape Tape concealer. And we're going to go ahead and carve out the brows. I'm just going to take that under the brow bone. And do the same thing on the top part. I'm also grabbing a highlighter, and I want to highlight the brow bone in the inner corner of the trendy side. And I also highlight the inner corner for the real life side, but just a touch. For the under eye here, let's start to smoke things out. I'm going to grab Stunner and mix it with Splurge. And I'm going to take that all the way across the lower lash line. Whatever is left on the brush, and I'm just going to softly take that on the real life side, go in with Snazzy and mix a touch of Stunner. And on the trendy side, I'm going to focus this on the outer part of the lower lash line, our eyeliner, black eyeliner, and I'm going to do the bottom waterline as well. To finish this up and do bronzer, I'm using BareMinerals Invisible Bronze. If I forget to mention a product, I will put everything down below. I just kind of am getting into a mode. I'm trying to be quick about this video. So I'm just going to lightly put this bronzer on the real life side. Kind of just disperse it, even take it on the cheeks a little bit. We're going to do a little bit more for the trendy side. We're going to go in with contour, but we're starting off with this bronzer in more of a precise location. I'm going to use a tad bit of a contour powder using Pixie by Petra. This is the natural contour powder. You don't need a lot of this. A detail brush and do a little contouring on the nose. And I'll do a little contouring on the bottom lip. And then with my translucent powder from Mercier, I'm going to bake here to sharpen my contour. On to blush, I'm going to use this Tarte Seduce blush on both sides. And for highlighter, I'm using my Milani Strobe Light in Afterglow, same one I used on the brow bone, but I'm going to use this now on the real life side, just right there, just enough to give a little glow. I personally like highlighter, whether it's an everyday thing or not. You just really want to blend it into the skin. Now for our trend side, I'm going to put that on, but I'm going to layer it with something a little bit more intense. And then I'm going to go in with this Lumi Shimmerista from L'Oreal. It's new, and I'm going to apply just a touch of this on the highest point. Woo! That is serious. It's definitely a trend, is using like the blue, super intense, but I don't know how I feel about that, even if I was doing a trend on myself. So I'm going to go ahead and use a different highlighter to kind of take away some of that purple. Let's use a very popular highlighter to cover up a little bit of that blue. I'm using Becca Champagne Pop, if I can get it open. Okay, so I think we're basically done with the face. Now let's do some lips. I have a lip liner from Milani in Nude. I'm going to go ahead and overdraw my lips a little bit here on the trendy side. For the real life side, I'm just going to fill in normal. Let's go in with Maybelline Beige Babe all over. I am going to go in with Buxom's Full On Lip Cream, and this is in the shade Dolly. And I am going to set my face. For the trend side, I'm going to use the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray just on top. That is it. That's my real life versus trend side. Neither one of these is the incorrect way or the right way to do your makeup. Like I said before, do your makeup the way you want to do your makeup, and don't even do makeup if you don't like makeup. Don't put any on at all. But I thought it was fun to kind of see the comparison. This is definitely a lot of makeup. I feel like I should be going to some sort of like show. This kind of technique and the heavier layers is definitely more for performers, whether it is drag, whether it is theater, because you're, need to be seen from afar. You need that structure, that very sharpened brow, the big lashes. This would get lost in a theater show or a drag show, or even on a film. You see these celebrities wearing a lot of makeup and they're on the red carpet, what have you. They may need to do these kinds of things so you can really see the makeup and allow it to be more enhanced. This might get a little washed out, but for our real life everyday people out there, whether you're a woman or a man and you are putting makeup on your face, this is more work appropriate. I wouldn't go to the office looking like this unless you're maybe in a field that requires you to wear this kind of makeup. That is just my personal opinion. I'm just trying to provide some input and little tips on how to apply that trendy side or how to apply more of an everyday kind of look. I definitely don't wear this to work. Even though I'm a makeup artist, I don't wear this to go to the grocery store, to go to even a friend's party. I will keep it pretty simple. Maybe once in a while I'll throw some lashes on, but boy, these are some serious dramatic lashes. I think they're fun. I see a lot of texture in my skin that's just too much highlighter. As much as I do love my highlighter, I think what's throwing me off is this contour, this super chiseled like structure part of my face. I don't know. I think it's too much. I think I'm looking aged, and it sits on the skin. It looks like a lot of makeup. On film it may look flawless, but in person it looks like it's too much. I prefer this side for my everyday life. But that is it for me. I don't want to be repetitious in the things that I'm saying. I hope this was helpful to kind of see the different things on either side of my face. But don't forget to also comment down below on any video suggestions. I always ask for input if you like the versus, one side of the face versus the other. If you have video ideas of what you'd like me to see comparing. I was thinking about doing a full powder side and then a full cream side without using powders. Maybe that's something that you're interested in seeing. Definitely let me know. And of course, don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. It helps me out. If you're new today and you have not subscribed, you know where that button lives. And don't forget to hit that little bell. That will notify you when I upload a new video if you want to keep up with things that I'm posting. And that is it for me today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.